Alright, morning everyone. We're going to wake the neighbourhood up, about to start this thing up. I'll go and put the camera on that wall over there, just so you're not right behind it and too close, and you'll get a bit more of a feeling of what it sounds like. Then when it's kind of like a three for one video today. Quick one, but we'll try and make it. I'll try and make it quick, but anyway. So yeah, still got the old extra right hand lift that I've got. I meant to pick it up yesterday, didn't happen. Doesn't matter. I finished making the creeper, garage creeper yesterday, so we're going to try that out when we come back. I've modified this. I'll go through this later when we got a bit more room, but I've put that on wheels rather than having to lift it, and I've got the cable protector on as well, heat shrink, so that should all hold it nice and everything. So I've got everything here. So the other two lifts, the right and the left one, are under this car at the moment. So when we come back, I'm going to leave this car. My missus' car won't be here. This car will leave out there. This car will bring outside. We'll move that one somewhere else, and then set up the lifts and get this car up in the air just to try it out. I've got to flip them upside down. I've got to rebleed the new one that I got yesterday. And I've got a little bit of that stuff left over there because there is some cable, some hose on the lifts. So I want to get that on with the heat shrink and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, anyway, let's warm this up. So it does a funny thing. I don't know what it is. There's no valves in the exhaust, like I said on the last video. But you start it up, it's loud for about 10-15 seconds. And I haven't driven this in like 5 days. So it is stone cold. And yeah, so it's going to be loud for like 10 seconds, and then you'll hear the revs go up and then drop again, and it goes quiet, and that's what it normally sounds like. But yeah, have a listen, see what you reckon. So yeah, I don't know what it's doing, but whatever. So that's what it sounds like all the time now. So yeah, what I want to do is jack this up when we come back, and I want to polish the exhaust tips because I haven't touched them. I've still got fingerprints on them from when we installed them. So I want to give that a nice clean up with acetone, the actual pipe that we did. And that's it. Get under there. I'm not taking the wheels off. It's literally just to try the jacks out. That's all. That's all I want to do is just try them out, re-bleed them, make sure everything's working, and that way I'm done. I'm done with this company that keeps stuffing me around. So anyway, all good. I'll get the camera set up in the car and we'll go for a spin. All right, here we are. So that's, hopefully you can hear it. That's 70 k's an hour. Yeah, pretty good. So the next road we'll go on is 80. So we'll see that. But see, like I'm just maintaining 70. You can barely hear it. And we should be able to stay. You'll hear the idle now. You can barely hear the downshifts because the gearbox just won't. No, sorry, we're not stopping. That's just a normal acceleration. So the throttle controller working really good. Currently I've got it on Ultimate 3 and it's smooth, really nice. If you want to, that spun the wheels then, and I was in 4th or 5th, yeah, or 6th. No, it was in 6th and dropped to 4th, and spun the wheels. So yeah, pretty good. I just slow down to 80. Yeah, really good. So you got plenty of control off the line. If you put it in 4th, it's jerky off the line. Sorry, 4 on the Ultimate. throttle controller there. If you put it in mode 4, I find it a little bit jerky off the line. Around the city, I've actually been using it in economy. I was in some traffic a couple of days ago, and yeah, I put it in economy mode because even 3 is a little, you can get away with it, but it's you know, 3's a good all round, linear throttle and good off the line. 4th, I think they're all pretty linear throttle in the ultimate mode, but 4th is just too jerky off the line. So then, yeah, I was in some traffic, and 3rd was, because you're on and off all the time, 3rd was even getting a bit annoying. Run-of-the-mill traffic's fine, but so I put it in economy. I didn't think I'd ever use it in economy, and it just makes it really, the curve is like concave instead of convex or whatever. So yeah, it's really spongy. But if you're a stop-start traffic no more than 60 k's an hour, it's really good. You get economy mode, and then there's 9 different modes you can choose from within economy. So I think I was in 3 or 4. If you put it in anything above 4 or 3, it's way too spongy. You almost full throttle, and then it goes. And anything, yeah, 1 or 2, then it's you might as well just leave it on 3 in ultimate mode. I haven't tried valet mode, haven't tried lockout mode. I haven't left the car anywhere, so there's no need for them. But they're going to be handy features when I do eventually use them. So you can see, you can talk normally in the car. I'm not yelling, not shouting, nothing. And it's not be done to the speed limit. We'll get up to 80. So that's in 8th gear. And that's at 80. It's silent, pretty much, almost silent. It's actually funny because the faster you cruise at, the less noise there is, and there's no drone. There's absolutely no drone. We'll have to find a road that's 50 or 60, and I'll just sit on 50 or 60, and it's pretty much the same as this. So yeah, and then we'll do a bit of we'll hit this on ramp here in manual, so you can hopefully hear the downshifts. That's 4,500 RPM. Yeah, I've actually, I think I convinced myself it was too loud, and I haven't driven it for 5 days, and now driving it now, I think it's fine. That's cool. Sounds really good, actually. So that's in six gear, cruising at the speed limit there, and pretty much dead silent. So there's 0 drone, really nice. My mate that made me the exhaust last weekend, I'm actually taking him for a drive today, because we were going to do it last weekend after we finished, but it was way too late. It took the whole day, and I had people coming around for dinner, although they were at my house when I got home. That's why the missus wasn't too happy. Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, couldn't take him for a drive, unfortunately, last weekend, but I'm picking him up just after lunch today and taking him for a spin in it. I reckon I don't think he's going to like it. I think he's like 24, 25, right into Honda Civics. He's got a 300ZX, and he's got a Honda Civic, both not working, but you can see big turbo, 4-inch pipe, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think this is going to be too quiet for him. He'll probably say something, but yeah, it's pretty much what I wanted. Quiet quiet when you're driving it normally, and then it livens up when you put your boot into it. So yeah, it worked out quite good. So yeah, I was doing 90, accelerating to 100, can barely hear it. Windows down, there's probably going to be more wind noise. Yeah, can't even hear the exhaust. So 110. Yeah, I can't hear the exhaust, it's all wind. Yeah, nothing. So yeah, there's more wind noise than exhaust at 110. Zero drone, I can't hear anything. So we're going to turn left, I think, this time. We'll just do a bit of a loop. Yeah, there's no point making the video too long. And then we'll go home, play with the lifts, play with the creeper, and go from there. So yeah, 60k an hour, going up a hill as well. And yeah, no worries, so pretty good. It's probably the opposite of what most people would think an exhaust video would be about, because you think you'd want to hear it and be loud, but I didn't want that. All I wanted was a one octave shift in loudness, really, and it's perfect, it's spot on. So it's this, and this is a brand new road, so dead silent road, and you can barely hear it. It's in six gear, so 6 gear at 60 k's an hour. If there's going to be drone, it'll be now, and there's none. And if I just accelerate a little bit, you can hear it just pull away nice, back off, and the sound goes. Yeah, okay, so if I put it in sports mode, now it won't do anything by itself. Livens up a little bit there, but nothing obnoxious. I don't know what it sounds like on the outside. I don't really care what it sounds like on the outside. But in cabin noise, I'm not interested in dealing with that loudness all the time. So yeah, spot on. As soon as you back off, it goes silent pretty much. Perfect. Turn up here a little bit. I'm just going to go see if my mate's at work. Go and say hello. Alright, so everything we've done so far has been above 70 k's an hour, so I'm just going to pull back into the burbs here on my way home. We'll go window down, and it's only 50k an hour through here. I reckon you'll hear more wind noise at 50 than the exhaust, I reckon. Let's see. That's it, that's 50 or 47, yeah, close enough. There's nothing. It's actually quite a windy day today, so there's probably more wind noise coming through the window than normal. Yeah, definitely, yeah, I can hear the exhaust now. Okay, I've lined everything up, it's all even, so we're good to go. You definitely don't want to have your handbrake on, and I'll just put the locks as well. Is there enough cable? Yes. Yep, that one's on. Okay. So bang bang, you heard the two. So that's in the first lock position as it is there. Probably a good time to go just around and check, make sure nothing's rubbing or touching. Nah, heaps. All good. we go. So you run it right up till it doesn't go anymore. That's it, so it's struggling. And then press down. And I'm pressing down, and the car ain't going down because it's mechanically locked now, so we're safe to go under. Good practice. Not that I'm an expert, this is the second time I've had the car up here, but I've watched a heap of videos. Make sure both sides are locked in and that you've witnessed both sides locking in. I heard them, so all good. And I was keeping an eye on the car to make sure that if this one locked and the other one didn't, the car, when I'm pressing down to make sure that they're mechanically locked, the car would have started going, slipping sideways. So all good there. So this is the new one. So I've just finished bleeding it, so she's good. Now to bring the car back down now, you've got to press up to make this go up, and then put this cam, and then that way this cam will slip over the locking mechanisms, or the locking positions, and then she'll come back down, no worries. I should have showed you before. I don't know if you can see in there, but I've actually got these where the blocks sit down. So I either needed to get bigger, taller blocks, or I got some wood. So there was someone's making a house, building a house around the corner, so I went and got some off-cut woods from their very strong, thick pine wood. I'll show you when I bring it down, just to raise the blocks up, so that way you can see that gap now. I didn't have that gap before. My pinch welds are higher than the bottom of the car, so this was just rubbing, just ever so slightly rubbing. I could still move it, so it wasn't going to break it, but now there's an air gap, so we're sweet now, so that's good. I want to lift the bonnet too and just make sure that's a good height to work on the top lock there. Another good tip, I just came across this one now, is get yourself 2 rags and have those rags under the connections. They're getting better. I did say they leaked. You get one little drop of oil just come out. I think now that they're properly bled, I've used them a couple times, and I've gone up probably 5 or 6 times now. Maybe even 10 times I've gone up. So it's definitely working a lot better. But less oil coming out is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, if you can let them sit on oil, that way if there was a drop, you won't end up with any wet spots on your garage floor. Especially if you've... this doesn't matter. This is oil proof, this coating that I've got. But you may have fresh concrete and you don't want to get oil spots, so definitely do that. You could even go to the extent of getting a tray, some little trays or something, or make up some something wooden that the hoses fit into, and that way, and with a rag in it, so that way there's no chance of them moving ever, and you don't get oil on your... Depends how precious you are about your floor, that's all. But that's really cool. That's actually quite a good position, because I can open... Pretty sure the car's open. I can open the door. I can still walk there as well, probably. And if you're doing anything in here, you're not on your knees. You know, when I was doing these lights and the dash cam, this would have been spot on for doing this. Yeah, like I said, I wish I got these a lot earlier. But anyway, let's pop the bonnet. Oh yeah. No worries. That's really cool. Everything's kind of up at your waist height now, rather than at your knees, because the car's so low. So yeah, easy. I'm not even struggling, and I can still get to the back. Not that I'm ever going to do anything around there. The most thing I'm going to do is oil, fill it up with oil, dipsticks right here, and air filters are just here. So that's as far as I'll ever get into it. Brake fluid's here, but yeah, comfy enough. Actually, it's a nice height, even though it's a bit... You think it might be too high? It's not. I am a bit taller than the average though, so yeah. But anyway, I'll get the creeper out, and we'll go and have a look underneath. On a lot of new cars, the bonnet's aluminium. I'm pretty sure this is. Might not be. Not sure. But anyway, when you close the bonnet, just drop it like that. I've seen... This probably won't happen because there's a ridge right here. But I've seen it with Commodores. There's always, you have a look in the sun and there's a massive ripple here because people just lean their whole body weight to close the bonnet and they end up buckling it. Yeah, lucky this is, not that I would do it anyway, but yeah, it's one reason I don't like people working on my car. Why I've got these and I'm not going to the dealer for oil changes. They do stupid stuff like that, and then you don't notice it the day you get it back. You notice it a while later, and you know exactly what it's from. But yeah, I've seen a lot of Commodores with a big dimple right here, and that's all it's from. So let's give this a shot. I do have one more mod to make to this, and I was thinking about it last night. When I made the frame, if you go back and watch the video on this thing, when I made the frame, it had a diagonal wobble. One way was okay, and one way had a bit of a, yeah. So I think the twist is in the frame and not in the brackets. So anyway, all good. So let's have a look under here. Probably a good way is there for you. And moment of truth. Probably want to give the car a wobble as well. So if it doesn't fall doing that, yeah, you're cool. It's not going to fall. So I don't know if you can see me, but the main concern with that other creeper I had, the crappy one, is when you put your bum down to sit on the edge here, it flicks up because it's like a skateboard, because the wheels were back here. So when you sit here, it levers up. I made sure the wheels are right at the back. I don't think I would have fitted if I didn't drop these wheels actually. Yeah, no way. I've gone too far back. I wouldn't even go this far. That's the oil pan. You guys probably can't see it, but this is that oil cover thing that I made up. It's actually still here, which is good. So this way you don't have to take 17 bolts off to change the oil filter. It's and get to the drain plug. It's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, three bolts. Much better. But yeah, I can get in everywhere. There was no chance of me getting under here without lowering. This is what I was trying to say. Because originally my plan was to bolt these straight to underneath, and yeah, wouldn't happen. No way. So yeah, this is the first time I've actually seen that this way properly, because pretty cool. It's tightly packed. There is like you couldn't even put your hand or no way. That's cool. Yeah. The exhaust is tiny, absolutely tiny, but I'm not changing it. I really only did it for sound, and that's what we got. So all good. But yeah, like I said, I'm only ever going to go. There's no way I'm doing gearboxes on it, so it's really just to get to here, and then go there. Plenty of room to work, so no worries. So that's that good. Also wanted to, while we're here, have a bit of acetone, and I wanted just to clean up this exhaust because there's fingerprints. He's written left and right on it, and I want to tighten this. I want to make sure this is tight for the tip, and clean the tip because again, fingerprints, and it's all black. So you guys can't even see what I was talking about. Yeah, so I want to clean that. He's got fingerprints all over it. They're probably baked in now, but I don't think it would get that hot. That's stone cold at the moment. Yeah, just clean it up a bit. We literally didn't have time when we were building it before, and clean the tip up and tighten the tip up to the exhaust. So yeah, I'll go and get some tools. So it's a 10mm clean rag. I've got a clean rag here actually, so I just need a 10mm and some acetone. So I'll be back in a minute. That's it. Like you checked actually, this one was quite loose. We were in a bit of a rush. I'd say that's what it was. Oh, it's bending. That's tight enough. Alright. Clean this up.
TIG welding's so nice. That's all we do at my work. But the guys normally weld titanium, and I think you do get a bit of colour in the titanium weld, but they try and avoid it because that means it's gotten too hot. So yeah, you don't normally see it. It's just a nice silver colour. We do stainless a little bit, but it's always thick stuff, and it doesn't get that nice rainbow on it when you weld it. But this has got it in certain spots, probably because it's thinner and he got it hotter. And he did ask me if I wanted it. See the text that he's used is actually marked it. Anyway, doesn't matter. At least if I take them off, it says right on it. Would have been good if it was facing the other way, but doesn't matter. We weren't to know. That's okay. And yeah, and I said no, leave the rainbow. That looks pretty good. He said it will eventually fade, and just go to like a dirty colour. And I said, oh, it's okay, but for now it looks good. So there you go, a little bit of dirt, but you know, I've driven probably 300 k's, and that's all I'm getting out of the tip, so that's pretty good actually. It's a nice clean burn, as you'd expect on a new car. And then I'm going to get a bit of metal polish now. I'm just cleaning these up with acetone at the moment, but just to get the majority of the blacky stuff off. I don't know if acetone's the best thing for it, but I'm gonna polish them now anyway. I probably wouldn't use acetone and then just leave it. I wouldn't mind getting a bit of black paint actually and just giving it a spray in there so you don't see any shiny bits when you're looking down the exhaust, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen anyway. We'll use this one for the polish. That's it. And then I've just got to finish off. I didn't want to go putting my green wrap on that one, on the new one there, just in case there was something wrong with it, because anything could happen with these guys. So I didn't want to go and waste it, and then I wouldn't have had enough to do another one if I was going to get sent a replacement. But there's no leaks anywhere. There's not a drop of oil now anywhere. Like I said, the only time you get a tiny drop of oil is when you do the connectors. But I can live with that. That's fine. So all good. I'll go and get some metal polish, and I'll let you know. I'll show you what it looks like at the end here. Okay, I don't know if they're any shinier than before, but definitely cleaner. So we're all good there. They look nice. They're even. So at least we got that right last weekend, so that's good. And that's all I can do. So we'll let it down now, and then I'll finish off. So I've used the heat shrink with glue in it. Really good stuff. So there's no way that green stuff can slip back. It's all locked in with hot glue because of the heat shrink. I've just got to do that one. The heat shrink, and I've got to do this side here. So I started, but I really need that end free so that I can spin it around. It's just getting tangled. So we'll let the car down and go from there. So to do that, so yeah, you want to make sure that the tyres aren't going to come down on the lines. So we'll just kick them to the side. We'll have to lift it up, and then you'll hear the locks go off again. Up, so that way it's just forward. I think it's actually, yeah, so now you just lift this arm up, and then that cam falls back. So all I've done is just lifted that arm up. You don't actually have to reach down there, which is good. You just lift that arm, and now that cam rolls back, and then it'll glide over, and we'll watch it come down. And same deal, you want to make sure both sides are coming down, that you have unlocked both sides. Car's even, and then you'll see that it'll just ride over. There we go. Easy peasy. Really good. Keep pressing it until it like folds flat like that, and then that way give you more room to take it out, and we're done. here's the wood that I was talking about. So I've just gone and nabbed some wood from the scrap pile at the house around the corner. That way it lifts these blocks up like that. You can see it there. Because otherwise it was, actually this one's quite tight. Otherwise it's like that, and then the underneath of the side skirt here was just hitting that. So this just lifts it up just enough. So perfect. I won't keep the blocks on here because the car won't roll over it then, because they're gonna end up staying kind of where they are. Just push them both together, and then I'll just drive the car over the top of them. That way they're not in the way. I was going to hang them up, but I think that's a more practical spot. I really don't have anywhere to hang them up. And if I hang them up, I've got to put chain so that they can't fall backwards onto the car. The only real place I can put them is over there, and then when I want them, I'm going to have to move that car all the time, which is probably not a bad thing, because I've moved it just to get this thing jacked up in the middle anyway. So I mean, it's probably not a bad thing, but you're going to have to lift them, whereas when they're there, they're okay. I still have to move a car either way. Whether they're hanging up on the wall, I have to move that car out of the way to get to them, or if they're underneath this car, I have to move this car out to get to them. So either, it doesn't really make a difference. So I can't really jack the car up with both cars in here and work on the car at the same time, because there's just not enough room on the edges to get down to do anything. The most I could probably do is an oil change, but if I'd prefer a bit more room, and I normally take the car out anyway, so and just work with one car in here. It's just, you got no risk of scratching things. That's one thing I was going to bring up as well. These hoses, even without that wrap on them, are very tight. They're not bendy like a garden hose kind of thing. They're quite stiff. So if you start swinging them around, they're going to kind of go where they want to go. I haven't done it, but I was wary of it when I first got them and started playing with them. Just be careful you don't hit your car with them. That's all I can say, is because they will kind of, you think you throw it one way, but it'll just flick because it's so stiff, and it'll swing back and hit your car. So that's one thing there. No more tips I can really give. I think they're bang on. They're really good. So yeah, I think we'll just slowly pack up. So this thing won't be here soon, so don't worry about that. But yeah, I might just get the car, just pull the jacks out, take the car back out, pack everything up this way, and yeah, go from there. Get both cars back in and call it a day, I think. Alright, I think we'll call it there for the day, all done. So this is back in. I'll just move that there, but I'll have to move it again because I'm going out in a couple of hours in this car. This car's going back in, but then we're going out in that tonight. So yeah, this thing's just a pain. It's like in a Rubik's Cube. Every time you move one thing, you got to move something else. So this is a good little upgrade if you do end up getting one of these. Get $4 casters from Bunnings, and off you go. And it's just easier to move around because it is very heavy. So that'll stay there. I know it looks like it's in the way, but when that car's in here, it's not in the way. So yeah, I think it's a bit early for a beer, but definitely coffee o'clock. So yeah, I'll put this car away, and yeah, I think that's it. Cheers guys, have a good one.